There is no Book of Mormon without the Bible. We're going to prove that in this series. Stick around. First Nephi chapter 1. I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents, therefore I was taught somewhat in all the learning of my father, and having seen many affliction in the course of my days. Nevertheless, having been highly favored of the Lord in all my days, yea, having a great knowledge of the goodness and mysteries of God, therefore I make a record of my proceedings in my day. Yea, I make a record in the language of my father, which consists of the learning of the Jews and the language of the Egyptians. So this is where the Egyptian takes place. And I know the record which I make is true, and I make it with mine own hand, and make it according to my knowledge. Nephi starts by telling about how his father came in the time the prophets were teaching people to repent during the time of Jeremiah. It came to pass my father Lehi, he went forth, prayed unto the Lord, yea, even with all his heart in behalf of his people. And it came to pass, as he prayed unto the Lord, there came a pillar of fire, and dwelt upon a rock before him. And he saw and heard much. And because of the things which he saw and heard, he did quake and tremble exceedingly. And it came to pass, he returned to his own house at Jerusalem, and he cast himself upon his bed, being overcome with the Spirit and the things which he had seen. And being thus overcome with the Spirit, he was carried away in a vision, even that he saw the heavens open, and he thought he saw God sitting upon his throne, surrounded with numberless concourses of angels in the attitude of singing and praising their God. What do you know? Another thing the Protestants can say, oh, this must have been a vision of the devil, since he was seeing God on his throne. And it came to pass he saw one descending out of the midst of heaven, and he beheld that his luster was above the sun at noonday. He also saw 12 others following him, and their brightness did exceed that of the stars of the firmament. I wonder who this is. And they came down, and went forth upon the face of the earth. And the first came and stood before my father, and gave unto him a book, and bade that he should read. And it came to pass that as he read, he was filled with the Spirit of the Lord. So was this of Satan, I wonder? Probably not, since if Satan did something like this, then the kingdom of Satan would be divided against itself and could not stand. So obviously this book must be of God. It goes on to say he heard many things, and then he went forth and started to preach to the people, and they got angry with the things he was teaching. It came to pass the Jews did mock him because of the things which he testified of them, for he truly testified of their wickedness and their abominations. And he testified that the things which he saw and heard, and also the things which he read in the book, manifested plainly of the coming of a Messiah, and also the redemption of the world. And when the Jews heard these things, they were angry with him, yea, even as with the prophets of old, whom they had cast out and stoned and slain. And they also sought his life, that they might take it away. But behold, I, Nephi, will show unto you the tender mercies of the Lord are over all those whom he hath chosen, because of their faith, to make them mighty even unto the power of deliverance. So already we're in chapter 1, and it's already started off by testifying there is a Messiah that's going to come and save the world from their sins. That doesn't really support anything on Satan's side now, does it? That supports everything on Jesus' side. So already this book is starting off by supporting Jesus as the Messiah, and him having 12 others that will follow him, that followed him as angels. So already this is starting off where you have to side with the Pharisees if you're willing to say that this book is of the devil, and say that the devil is casting out the devil by the power of the devil. So think about that. Do you already agree or disagree with what they said there?